Hello, beautiful trading community. This is a daily review for Friday, October 11th, 2024. This is TradingView YM Futures 1 minute candles. This rectangle you see is the LuxAlgo Sessions. I use that to show me the high and low of the day as the session progresses. It dynamically updates. It shows me the start and end of the day, the New York session as well. These horizontal lines, this is the pivot points standard. And we'll see how price reacts to that as we take a look. And then there's Nebula. That's why the candles are so colorful. And we've got these great signals. I forgot to mention in the last video, I use default settings for all the indicators except for in Nebula. Nebula has so many settings. You could change anything, very flexible. But the only thing I change is the color theme. I switched to colorblind because I like contrasting colors. In fact, I like them so much in Nebula that I copied them to use in the other indicators, like the pivot point standard. Okay, so let's jump into it. There was some good price action right off the drop here, and I don't trade the first half hour, so I wouldn't have got that. It's too choppy. You can see some swings here, high and low. It's too easy to get stopped out, so I just watch. And for the first few minutes, there was some moving, but then price gets stuck in a range. You can see these dark colored dots here on the squeeze momentum. That shows price is squeezed. So I don't like to trade when price is squeezed, so I just wait. And I start drawing this trend line when I see price start moving it up. And when would I get in? Right here. This is when squeeze momentum is saying price is going up. The squeeze dots here shows that squeeze is relaxing. We've got some buy volume coming in. LRS is looking good too. This is a good time to get in. You wouldn't get in, at the start of the candle, but second candle, hopefully you're quick to jump in. What are we at here? 957, say 960, and then where do we go up to? You can get probably 40 points easy here. Price jumps up and comes back down. Price drops here. If you wait for this, you might lose all your gains. You might be break even on this. But notice the price is above the trend line, and one reason why we use the trend lines is to stay in the trade. So let's take a quick look at what happened right here. I'm going to show you something. Oh, that's not what I want to show you. How'd they get in there? This is what I want to show you. Bull flag pattern. Price is trending up, and then it pulls back, and then it breaks out again. This pattern is very common. Of course, there's a bearish version of it as well. So this is one of the things you want to look for when you're trading. So price was moving up, and it pulled back like this. This is a bull flag pattern. This is a good time to enter. A lot of people look at this and think, oh, price is going to switch because it ran up. It's going to reverse and come back down. No, usually it's not. It's just a small pullback before it carries on higher in this case. So you can see the squeeze momentum and some buy volume. The LRS are all saying that stay in the trade. Price is above the trend line, stay in the trade. And another good indicator are these little circles here with the little number 1. Those are from Nebula. These are buy signals, and these are good. You can see that usually, not always, but usually very good. There's the opposite, the sell ones as well, but don't take the sell signals when you're on an uptrend. You only want to do buy positions when you're on an uptrend. So let's keep it moving. You can see the squeeze momentum is looking good, and the LRS until right about here. This is when things start dropping and some sell volume starts going in. Do I jump in a sell position right away? No, we're still on an uptrend. We haven't broken through that trend line, so I would just be watching, and then when we do break through the trend line, we're just going horizontal, and you can see that dark colored dots here showing where price is being squeezed, so we don't do anything. And it stays like that, and trading is a lot about waiting. Have a coffee, enjoy some music, wait for something to happen. Right about here, we see some buy volume coming in, but not very much. I probably wouldn't. See, there's one candle here above the dead zone line. That blue line is the dead zone line. If price is below that, you don't want to be trading. You want some volume, you want some momentum. So when you see one candle, look at the next candle. See if it goes higher, and then we're trending. But in this case, it's not. So I wouldn't do anything on that. Let's see what we see next. We see some more price being squeezed. Now here we've got a candle going up above the dead zone line. You might think about getting in. However, right away we see these check marks. See these check marks? That means the Nebula is thinking this might be the end of the trend. And in fact, it is. You can see price starts going down right after that. Squeeze momentum is showing it. And down here in the LRS, every time these vertical lines appear, that's when price is going above and below the upward downward trend line. So would I trade this? I might, because I like that sell volume, maybe. Draw the trend line, and as long as price stays below the trend line, you're fine. But this is a better place to get in when we see some better sell volume, and at the same time, the LRS is really taken off, and the squeeze momentum, and the white dots appear. So actually, now that I think about it, see the dark dots here? I wouldn't trade that because it shows price is being squeezed. Price breaks, relaxes. See the white squeeze relaxer dots here? This is a good time to get in. So you get in at this candle here, it's 57. You can go down here for an easy 20 to 30 points. Sell volume's dropping, so you might be thinking of getting out. But instead, because we're on a downtrend, hasn't broken through that trend line, you could stay in for a little bit more if you got the guts, and then sell volume starts dropping here. At the same time, squeeze momentum is showing price might be reversing, switching up, and LRS is agreeing here just as the buy volume starts coming in. So is this a good time to get in a trade? Probably would. I like this buy volume here, but it doesn't go up for long. It levels out here. You could even draw another level here showing prices ranging here. Oh, here you go. Yeah. See, look at this. These squeeze dots, they're dark. That means price is being squeezed. So I wouldn't. I would stay out of that and just keep watching. Here's some buy volume coming in, and pretty strong. And squeeze momentum is also thinking it's going up, but it doesn't last for long. Notice the check marks appearing. It's Nebula saying that it might be time to get out of the trade. So if you got in here and then you got out when you saw those, you only get a few points, maybe 10 points. And then price starts heading down again, and we got some white dots, so that's looking good. But the sell volume is pretty low. It's below the dead zone line, so I might not be trading that. Let's pause for a second, because I remember I wanted to show you the pivot point lines. So right at the beginning, pivot points goes, price goes above the pivot point line and then pauses that, acts as support, and then it rips up again. Kind of goes right through, it pauses for a moment here, but then rips through up near this higher pivot point line, and then comes down. This pivot point line acts as support, and quite strong here for a long time, and then price starts going up again to the next pivot point line above. So let's take a look here. So this price is the buy volume's coming in at the same time as squeeze momentum's taken off. We've got these dark colored dots, so I might just wait for that and see what happens, but we've got the LRS agreeing too. This is a good time to get in. So we draw the trend line, and price drops briefly below here just for a moment, but then pops up again. And remember these circles? Good entry, good entry. This is a bull flag, as we talked about. Good entry. And then price stalls out here. You can see the buy volume drop, but price doesn't drop below the trend line. So remember, the reason why we use trend lines is to keep you in the trade. And then price does drop through. We see the check marks, probably a good time to get out. And then price drops through the trend line here. We see some sell volume. This might be a good time to get in. Squeeze momentum says yes. LRS says yes. So you could jump in here for a short for a few minutes, and boom, good drop down here. If you're quick with the trigger, then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You got quite a few points here, but you got to be quick because often on these drops, price jumps back up very quickly and starts now starting on an uptrend. And you can see that with the squeeze momentum. However, buy volume is low. I would just wait. At this point, it still looks like we're just consolidating. Not enough color in the candles. The empty candles, TraderOracle likes to say dead zone candles. Dead soul candles. So we carry on up. And we see some buy volume here. Price is staying above the trend line. However, we see these check marks. Might be a good time to get out, and then price kind of stalls here for most of the rest of the day. Now there's a brief downtrend at the end of the day, but I wouldn't trade that. I'd be out a long time ago. I don't like to trade in the last half hour to 45 minutes. Too many traps, too many spinning blades. I don't like to be, I don't like to chop. I don't like to be taken out just with a big price swing in the wrong direction. So, talked about a lot of things. Does this only work with YM? No, you can use this with anything. I like to do NQ as well because I like how price moves quickly. You can make good money quickly on NQ. But you can use it with anything. That's about it. Stay frosty.